Imagine being at the very top of the rap game, only to see it all slip away in an instant. One moment, you're charting at #1, breaking streaming records and getting praised by the industry. The next, fans are clowning your music, calling you a flop, and moving on to the next big artist. In hip-hop, success isn't just about making it, it's about keeping it. And for some artists, their downfall is even bigger than their rise. Today, we're looking at some of the biggest career flops in hip-hop history. Artists who went from ruling the charts to desperately trying to stay relevant. Some fell because of bad music, others because of poor decisions, and a few simply got left behind by their fans. Let's dive in. Achieving success in hip-hop is one thing. Maintaining it is an entirely different battle. The industry moves fast, and what was once fresh and exciting can quickly become outdated. Some rappers lose their spark due to a bad album, while others get caught up in scandals or personal drama that taints their reputation. And then there are those who just seem to fade away, unable to keep up with the ever-changing sound of the genre. Roddy Ricch was once considered one of the biggest rising stars in hip-hop. His song The Box became a global hit, topping the charts for weeks, while his debut album Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial made him a superstar. At one point, he was one of the most streamed artists in the world, and it seemed like nothing could stop him. But just as quickly as he rose to fame, his career started spiraling downward. When he released his follow-up album, Live Life Fast, fans were not impressed. The project felt rushed, uninspired, and lacking the magic of his debut. Instead of growing his audience, the album alienated his fanbase, causing his sales to drop by 40,000 units compared to his first project. Even worse, the internet turned on him, clowning his new music and calling him a one-hit wonder. Roddy tried to bounce back by teasing new music on Twitter, but the response was brutal. Fans immediately dragged him, comparing his music to the type of low-quality tracks SoundCloud rappers spam under viral tweets. The backlash got so bad that Roddy deleted his tweet and eventually wiped his entire social media presence, leaving fans wondering if he was done for good. Another artist who has struggled to maintain relevance is Lil Uzi Vert. There was a time when Uzi could do no wrong. His unique style, rockstar persona, and infectious energy made him one of the biggest names in modern rap. His album Eternal Atake sold a massive 289,000 copies in its first week, proving that fans were still eager for his music. But behind the scenes, Uzi was struggling. He later admitted that Eternal Atake didn't feel like a true reflection of his artistry because most of the original version had leaked, forcing him to rush out a new project that didn't fully capture his vision. After that, he started teasing Pink Tape, but the album suffered endless delays, frustrating fans. By the time Pink Tape finally dropped in 2023, the response was underwhelming. While it still sold well, fans felt the project was messy, inconsistent, and lacking the creative spark that made Uzi great. And when the numbers came in, it was clear something had changed. Pink Tape only moved 59,000 units in its first week, a shocking 200,000 drop from Eternal Atake. Fans had started losing faith, and even Uzi seemed to feel the pressure. Uzi's case highlights a major problem in hip-hop. Once the hype dies down, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild it. The same fans who were once obsessed with an artist can quickly turn their backs if the music no longer meets expectations. While some artists decline due to bad albums, others sabotage their own careers with poor decisions and public scandals. DaBaby is a perfect example of an artist who had everything going for him, only to ruin his own momentum. At one point, DaBaby was one of the biggest rappers in the world. He had multiple hit singles, millions of streams, and even bigger industry cosigns. But everything changed when he made offensive comments at Rolling Loud, sparking backlash from fans, fellow artists, and major brands. The fallout was immediate and severe. He was dropped from festivals, lost endorsement deals, and saw a dramatic decline in his music sales. His 2020 album Blame It on Baby debuted at #1, but just 2 years later, Baby on Baby 2 barely scraped into the top 40, landing at number 34. Even DaBaby himself admitted in interviews that he lost millions due to his actions. He went from being a rap superstar to an artist struggling to get his career back on track. His recent project How the F*** Is This a Mixtape sold only 9,000 copies in its first week, showing just how far his star has fallen. And then there's Ice Spice, an artist who skyrocketed to fame only to experience a massive drop in popularity within a year. When Munch blew up in 2022, Ice Spice was hailed as hip-hop's next big thing. She followed it up with a string of successful singles and viral moments, making her one of the most talked about new artists in the industry. But just as quickly as she rose, her momentum started fading. Fans began accusing her of releasing the same type of song over and over, and when she dropped her debut album album Y2K, the response was lukewarm at best. It sold only 24,000 copies, failing to deliver a hit song. Even worse, when she tried to save the album with a deluxe edition, it only moved 4,800 units, proving that fans had lost interest. The most shocking part? Between June 2023 and June 2024, Ice Spice lost 25 million monthly listeners on Spotify, one of the most dramatic declines in recent memory. Now, she's trying to regain attention by posting thirst traps and freestyles, but it's clear she's fighting to stay relevant. These stories all prove one thing: hip-hop is ruthless. It doesn't matter how successful an artist was at their peak. If they can't adapt, evolve, or keep fans engaged, they will be left behind. Some artists, like Roddy Ricch and Lil Uzi Vert, are still trying to recover. Others, like DaBaby, have completely fumbled their own success. And then there are cases like Ice Spice, where the hype simply fizzles out over time. The question is, can any of these artists make a real comeback? Or are they destined to fade into obscurity? Drop a comment below and let me know what you think.